I'm a reviewer, so let the reviews be joined. Or, as who I'm reviewing today would say, uh, freedom is the right of all sentient beings. And if you don't know that line and who that's from, I don't know what to say about you. But, guys, this is Donabot back yet again with another video review. And as you can see today, we're going to look at an Action Master. And it's Action Master Armored Convoy Optimus Prime. Now, you're looking here in front of you, you see a truck. And you know Optimus Prime is a truck. But this isn't your normal Optimus Prime. This does transform, but not into a robot. We will get into that transformation here very shortly. If you're not aware what an Action Master is, allow me to introduce you to the Action Master himself, Optimus Prime. Now, many of you who are in the current line of watching Transformers don't know what an Action Master is. As you can see, Prime here is small. He actually measures out. I'm going to stand here with his truck. This Action Master Prime actually measures out to be right about 4 inches. He's about like 3 1/4 inches, 3 3/4 inches tall, or 3/4, whichever you want to say it. Basically about the size of a G.I. Joe figure from the 80s. And this guy being, when he came out, this actually was released back in 1990, right at the tail end of the G1 series. This is something I was wanting for a long time. And this guy was given to me in part of a trade, along with another figure, by my fellow bot brother, or as Transformers would call him, Spark brother, Jeremy, who doesn't live too far from me. We've been really good friends. We've traded. We've done deals. We've been working together for a long time with our love of Transformers. And we made a trade where I traded him my DX9 Invisible, complete with a box and everything. He traded me for the Action Master Prime here, and well, as another figure, which I will do a review on within the next week or so. So be on the mind for that as well. So once again, I'd like to thank my Spark brother Jeremy for this great trade. Many of you probably say it seems like an awkward trade, but it's what we did. And I thank you again, brother. I really appreciate this deal. But let's get into this. As I said, Optimus Prime here is just under 4 inches tall. He doesn't transform at all, as you can tell. But he's cool. Hey, he's a nice little figure. I mean, if you want to try to get up close to him here and get some detail look on him, he looks really cool. Oddly enough, this is the first Action Master I've had in my possession in a long, long time. I used to have several of them. I used to have some of the ones I can think of right here off the top of my head. I used to have Wheeljack with his car. I used to have Prowl. I used to have Starscream. I had Soundwave. I had Devastator. I had several Action Masters. But I sold them all a few years back when I had to, for family business and reasons and money and whatnot. But I hadn't had any more Action Masters. And this guy was actually one of the two that I really wanted to get. Mostly because, A, he's Optimus Prime, and B, this was the largest one of the Action Masters they made, basically with the largest vehicle. But I'm getting off topic again there, but this is Optimus Prime. You can see he's got some nice detail work for his body. I thought it looked, even now, he still looks really, really good for how he looks back then compared to, he got some great G1 reminiscent, because he is, of course, G1. But again, he doesn't transform. He still has the same type of body style. Like, you have the front end for his truck and everything. You have semi smokestacks here on his arms. One thing about him is here on his chest. I want excuse my voice there. You can see it's buffed out a little bit, which is really neat. I loved how they did this for him. And it's really cool. Movement wise, he doesn't have a whole lot. He's just like the regular G.I. Joe's style figures, except G.I. Joe's would have like a bend right here, which he doesn't. And you can see his arm rotates all the way around. It's basically pegged in right there. You can pop it off, plug it back on, really fairly easy. His head swivels just a little bit. It's not much. Well, actually, I take that back. It does go all the way. I wasn't turning it enough. I guess he's a little stiff. But his head does turn all the way around. He has bend in the knees here. He has no foot articulation. The one sad thing about these guys is they suffer from the G.I. Joe syndrome because they got that rubber band type joint inside of his legs, and it's real easy I'm going to try not to do this, and it's greatly hindered right here by this part right here in his leg. You can see, if I can get it to zoom in right here in the front part of his leg here. I can probably, yeah, you can see that little tab or piece of plastic there that sticks out. Keeps him from really moving forward. Kind of hinders that, but you can swivel it forward and back. I don't want to because these guys tend to pop their legs off real easy. So I'm going to try not to do that, but you get the idea of what the leg there can do. You can bend it forward. You just have to be real easy, like so. I'm trying to be real careful with the way, because the way these things are, considering how old this guy is. I mean, he was permanent, like I said, he came out in 1990, so he's basically 26 years old now. So I mean, it's tensile with that rubber in there. I mean, it's fine. You can pop it off. I mean, the leg will come off, but you can pop it back on. But it is kind of a pain sometimes with it. But that's Prime. Very cool looking Prime. I really do. I wish I had some more to show off with this guy, but sadly I don't. But I want to set him right back here to the side for just a moment. And we're going to look at, before we look at the truck, I want to look at the accessories that come with them. Gimme. He has a photon bazooka, which is this gun here. It's, relatively orange plastic, pretty cool. It works in several places on this guy, on a truck and on Prime. Prime actually can hold it with this peg right here. It can peg right into his hand real easy, like so. And this is basically his handgun for his robot form, and it's pretty cool. I kind of wish it was more G1 reminiscent, had his ion blaster, but still it's not too bad. You can work it, of course, on both hands. We'll just set Prime back. Now this can be positioned when you got it in this mode, the regular truck mode. On this side of the truck, you got a peg hole here, and that's where this will go into place. It pegs in like so. This is where it's supposed to set up when you got it in this mode. You can, as you can see, it's got a peg hole right here. Peg it in here as well, like so. And you can sort of do it like this. It doesn't really sit too well. It looks okay. Kind of sticks out with this piece here. But actually does look, to me, a lot more aesthetic right there. Now this is, like I said, this is called the Photon Bazooka, is what it's listed as. We're going to go on. We want to rotate this around just a little bit so you can see. He's got two more guns here, which are these. These actually go on the trailer. These are just regular laser guns, and these are supposed to position. Also, Prime can hold these as well, or any other Action Master really can. At that, they got the little peg right there, so you can actually, if you wanted to, take and give Prime or any Action Master both of these guns to use, like so. So it does have that to it as well. Again, we'll take Prime out of the way, and you got these pegs, big old peg hole pegs here. That's going to peg into these top peg holes right up here on the top of his trailer, like so, and like so. Though, again, with these peg holes, there are other places you can peg it. You can peg it. There's 4 peg holes here. You can peg them in here if you wanted to. You can peg them in here on this side as well. So it does give you a range there. You can also, actually going to set, because the truck can sit on its own. The squealing needs to be dealt with. You can peg it there as well on the truck if you wanted to. Even on the side here, it's got two little ports, even though it's kind of hindered because of the flap here, but you can sort of get it in there. Yeah, almost. If you've bent this down, this will be bent down for transformation. You can put it in there better, but it is meant to be in this mode. Oops, got it upside down. Right, like so. Nextly, we got two more guns, also orange. These guys here, these are your energy exhaust stacks, as it's listed on the information or for his booklet and stuff. And as you can see, they basically look like smokestacks, and you can guess where they're going to go, basically on the truck itself. Little peg holes here, like so, and like so. And there basically is just his truck. Pretty cool. It does, the orange just kind of throw it off a little bit. I kind of wish it could have been gray or something. You know, if you want to paint it, you can. I personally will just leave like this. But it does give it a basically a Peterbilt style truck to it, because this is basically what it's designed to look like. It's not his G1 flatbed, flat hooded frame body, whatever. I forgot what exactly that model's called. But still looks pretty cool. Well, again, we'll get more into the truck itself here in a moment. Set that aside, and he has one last weapon for his accessories. He has his blasters, but he doesn't have blaster cannon. Excuse me. He doesn't have one of these. He doesn't even have two. He doesn't even have three. He has 4 of these blasters. These are really cool blasters. I really do like these. Again, unlike the other guns and even these, I meant to mention this, Prime cannot hold these, or any other Action Master cannot hold these. They don't have the required peg for it. But these are suggested to, again, with these you can again point it here on this peg, on this if you wanted to, on the front of the truck. And that's not technically where it's supposed to go, but you can peg it here. This is actually where it's supposed to go on when it's in this mode. You can put 2 of them on each side. I'm showing you this way because I like it this shape and this design, because you can see they kind of run into each other. You can flip them this way, and I'll flip this around and I'll flip them the other way so you can see it in this direction. And you can put them this way. And just kind of adjust them like so to that. It does look good this way, but to me this kind of looks a little bit better. I don't know why. To me it just does. I mean, it just goes, to me it just looks better in this aesthetic. But that's all of his accessories it comes with. I'm going to peg it up together, and to attach the trailer, which I should go ahead and show you, it's got this big peg right here on the bottom, and he's got, of course, this peg hole right there on the back of the trailer, or excuse me, the truck, and it just pegs right together, and it rolls. Aside from the squeal, I need to get some cleaner in there and do something to that. Try to do this slow where it won't squeal so much, because you can see it's like one of these front wheels does it. Looks like this one right here wants to try and do it for me. I do apologize for the squeal, but it rolls really good. It can turn just like normal. And as for driving this, you can take your Prime or any other Action Master, basically raise this canopy up, and you can carefully with this Prime fold his legs down like so, and you can see kind of how his legs are wanting to already wobble out right there. You can set him inside, raise his arms up just enough to get him in there, which he doesn't want to work. There we go. And you just close it back up. You just gotta make sure you gotta move it in there, right? And there we go. And Prime is driving his armored Convoy. as this is called. If you don't recognize that name, Armored Convoy is basically was Hasbro's way of acknowledging the Japanese name for Optimus Prime, which in Japan he was called Convoy. Big Convoy, Armored Convoy. He had several versions of them out there. So, I mean, this is the armored truck version. Now, we're going to go right into his transformations. I'm thinking I'm going to go ahead and do slide the truck aside, and I want to get the trailer. Now, one thing I want to say about the trailer, as I said before, this is basically considered the largest of the Action Masters, mostly because the trailer here itself is roughly about 9 inches long. Pretty long for it. And it's really cool looking as well. He's got basically 6 wheels, even though this middle wheel does not rotate, the other 4 do. You got the great blue paneling, or excuse me, gray paneling and the blue pieces all around. You got the nice kind of, it's sort of a homage to the original G1 with the Autobot symbol in the back with the stripe and everything, but it's not the same color. This color, you got the red, you got some more blue, and of course all the weaponry is blacks. You can also, even in this form, you can stick a couple other Action Masters up in here to ride if you wanted to. You got 2 pegs here, or you can peg into an Action Master. They have the little peg holes on the bottom of their feet. We can peg them in right there. So actually the trailer can actually hold 2 on each side here if you set it up right. 2 on this side, and you got 2 more up here, so you can carry 6 Action Masters on this. If you have those extra masters, which sadly I do not. Now, transformation for this is very, very, very simple. It's going to become an armored base, as you would think. All you do is you take this back panel here, which I'm actually going to try and pull my camera back so you can see this a little bit better. And I'll raise it up just a hair. You raise this up like so. It's on a big hinge here, double hinged right in there. And you got a little tower here. You then will just rotate, swing this out like so on each side. And as you can see, these do not, the wheels here don't bend, they're just basically pegged in there, attached on. And then right here, you got you want to raise this all the way up like so, because I'll rotate this around so you can see, you got another extra cannon here. You just flip this out like so. This is actually listed as his Galactic Pulverizer gun. So you basically can rotate that down. It's actually going to, because of its weight, I got to do some more work onto this. And you got your main cannon there. We'll rotate this back around. You actually got a seat here for an Action Master that you can sit here. Matter of fact, let me get Prime out so I can show you a little better. You just kind of bend Prime's knees, or any Action Master, and you can basically have him sitting like so to somewhat hold the cannon. He's not really going to, hold it, but you can have him here. I got to get some polish on that to kind of tighten that joint up some. But lastly, all you got to do is you take the cannons here. You want to unpeg them off and just peg them right back up on top like so. And like so. Do the same to this side. You're going to have, I apologize if that's not fully in frame there. Oops. There we go. Basically a big platform, just like what he normally has. Pretty cool looking design, because you can actually sort of put, I want to take Prime here and try and get him in where he can stand up. Trying to be easy, I don't want the legs to pop off of here. You can kind of get him to stand up, or any Action Master to stand up right behind here. And not quite tall enough, but you can basically have him like standing back here for cover. As you can see, he's standing here. I'll rotate that a little bit more. back behind that. You can even have them, there's not a peg hole really here, but you can kind of work it to have them stand like so, like he's mounting that, or not mounting that, controlling it. So you basically can have 1, 2, 4 more right there, a 5th one here, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. You can basically have 11 Action Masters displayed on this. Not bad at all. I'm going to slide the trailer. Actually, let's go ahead and just get it out of the way, just for the time being. And we'll set Prime back here in the back for just a second, because we'll use him again. And we're going to look at the truck, which the truck itself, the cab, is about 7¼ inches in length. So again, combined with the 9 inches for the trailer, you know, that's 16¼ inches. So it's a pretty long trailer or truck. To transform this, it's got another mode here. As you can see what I was doing there, basically take these back flaps, you flip them like so. You don't want to flip them no further than this. You do the same on this side. And then, whoops, almost forgot. You flip up underneath the bottom here. You got a nose cone. You just flip this out, lock it into place, and you flip these two down like so, and like so. Don't want to forget to unpeg the gun here, because you're going to rotate this back. You're going to flip these two toward the front, and you're going to take the gun here, position it there, and put Prime back in here. If I can keep him from keeping his legs from going out from under me. There we go. And we have Prime in his armored jet truck. Pretty cool. I do dig this. Nice colors with the red. It's got the logos here, of course, on each side. You still got all this great detail work on here. It's got the engines basically back here. You got "Stay Clear" label here. Nice design on the wings. Everything about this is pretty darn cool. You can actually even take the peg here, the gun here, and if you wanted to, just to stick it back there, if you wanted. But I'm just going to set this aside. Send this back out. Set this. We'll bring the trailer back into position and kind of get it all right there. But that's it, guys. This is Action Master Armored Convoy Optimus Prime. Again, this came out back in 1990. And so it's, like I said, it's 16 years old now. No, excuse me, 26 years old. Why did I get 16 out of that? I don't know. But, you know, it's Prime. How can you go wrong with Prime not getting a Prime? This was the only Action Master Prime come out. This actually was released, finally, when it was released in Japan, it was released part of the Microman line, so it was never really released as a... I do think they had a Japanese release of this as Optimus Prime, but I'm not positive on that. But it's still pretty cool. I mean, you can look at all the, again, how many Action Masters you can put on this base. 2 up here, 3, 4. You got 5. You can even put 2 more here. So that's 7. 2, 3, 4, 6, 7, 8, 9. You can put 2 more here, 10, 11, 12, and 13. You can actually load 13 Action Masters on this base if you work it right. Then, you, of course, you got the jet for air cover. So, I mean, it's definitely worth it. If you haven't picked one of these up, I highly recommend you do. I think you can look on eBay to pick one up. I know you can look on Transformerland. I know he normally has that pick for, I think they're roughly about $100, give or take, on average pricing, depending on where you go. I know I've seen like pieces like these blasters here. I've seen them sell for $10, $15 just for that. I've seen this go for right at $30. I've even seen the Prime himself go for about that. So, I mean, there are people out there who got this that are trying to complete it. So, I'm sure if you want one to do this, get it. If you want to get it, if you have, like, say, just the trailer and you're trying to get the parts for it, you're probably still going to look at spending about another $100. I highly recommend you trying to find this if you haven't. A lot of people complain, it don't transform, it's not a transformer. The main part of it transforms. It's still a transformer. And it's got Optimus Prime, so it's a transformer. Come on, guys. But guys, this is going to be the end of this video review. Again, I highly recommend you pick this up. I like it. And again, my Spark brother, Jeremy, I thank you again for trading for me for this. I really do dig this. I've been, again, like I said, I was after this for a long time. It's actually one of two others that I want to pick up. I want to pick up the Megatron, and I also want to get the Starscream back again. Well, actually, there's actually a third one. I want to pick up the Grimlock as well. So there's at least 3 other Action Masters I'm planning to pick up at some point or other. But I highly recommend, guys, you guys again pick this up if you want it. You can't go wrong with an Optimus Prime. That's the key thing there. But again, guys, please like, comment, and share this video. And you haven't done so, please subscribe. And I highly recommend you guys check out my sponsor, PrimeToys.net, where you can get collector grade toys at not the collector grade prices. And throughout this rest of this year, if you go on there and you type in the code, or you find you some stuff like, I'm just going to use these two as an example, Masterpiece Ironhide and Masterpiece Ratchet, which both of those just recently came out. Or if you can get Masterpiece Ironhide and Ratchet, or excuse me, Masterpiece Hot Rod and Ratchet, you put them on there in your cart. That's over $150 right there. So you're going to get free shipping off of that, because he does free shipping of orders $150 or more. But if you also want more of a discount, type in the code TRANSMISSIONS, and any Transformers related product you put in your shopping cart will get a 10% discount. And there's no time limit for that. It'll run through the rest of this year. So again, guys, I highly recommend you check them out. I also want to remind you to check out the also sponsored podcast of PrimeToys.net, the Transmissions podcast. I'll have links both to Prime Toys and to their website down below. They talk Transformers, anything. They were sponsored by Prime Toys before I was, but they're a great group of guys. They talk anything and everything Transformers. They talk pop culture news, comic book news, toy news, third-party news. They're just fun to listen to. I love listening to them. Once again, guys, but that's going to be it for this video review. Again, guys, I highly recommend you check them out. I'll have links to both of those down below. I have links to my Twitter and to my Instagram if you guys want to follow me on there. And last but not least, guys, this is Don about saying thanks for watching, and I hope to hear from you soon.